Hi, welcome to Introduction to MiDNA Global Transforming Lives Globally with Genetic Brain Profiling. Now, before we go into the MiDNA Global, let us have a glimpse on the founder of MiDNA Global, A. Ratinaswamy, who is affectionately called sometimes as ARS. He is in this planet since 15th January 62, which means in 2022 he is 60 years old. Now, just to give you some glimpse of the life experience, strongly introverted child and challenge in the long-term memory. So performed reasonably well, not too good, not too bad during the school days, and born and brought up in a family that was poverty stricken, so had his own challenges in getting into see the graduation. So having done a science graduation in 1981, just because he need to meet the ends uh, in livelihood, entered into a profession as supervisor in a paper making industry. And though he changed various companies during this tenure, uh, but put together worked as industrially application of paper making for 5 years. Then, motivated by his elder brother, he went to Mumbai to do his DMRIT, that is the postgraduate diploma in medical radioisotopes and technology, followed by MSc in chemistry at Baba Atomic Research Center and Mumbai University collaboration. So postgraduate diploma and post graduation was done after 5 years of break, and then studying and getting to learn further wasn't really happening very favorably. So he switched over to doing a job of a nuclear medicine technologist, where the application of radioisotopes, both in vivo and in vitro, would be applied. So worked in hospitals for around 5 years, put together in three hospitals. And then in 1996, he left uh, the laboratory industry and started a venture, family venture, along with his two brothers and a sister in 1996 in the name of Thyrocare. A laboratory which was started in 150 square feet in 1996 became 15 lakh square feet of space in 2022, and finally it has been sold to a group of companies who are buying them at a very high cost. So the experience and the expertise that the founder occurred in Thyrocare helped him to start MiDNA Global after he quit in 2010. So total experience of around 15 years of laboratory diagnostics in building the network and franchising models, and the choices and compulsions of going on a network modeling, and thought of having a model that is more decentralized at the same time. A collective ownership was there in the mind, and because he wanted to do something on his own terms, in 2010 he quit Thyrocare because he wasn't really finding the ikigai in the given situation. Though everything was there, status, money, resources, support, family, everything was there, still there was one component that was missing, and later he identified what is that, and that changed the whole life for this founder. So he met one Mr. Sargoji and his wife, who introduced him genetic brain profiling, which was earlier called as DMIT, and in the name of Thumbroll, a Singapore company had franchised him the Coimbatore of city of Coimbatore operational rights, and then the founder has met him and gone through this process, found something unique in there, some interest was there. So though economically and otherwise he was not desperately looking for an venture or an activity to look forward, but this understanding of oneself with the report received from Tambrul was the spark, and that it became an ignite, and ultimately the rewiring and the torch has been done to the founder himself. So, having got the glimpse of the nectar of self realization, he decided to take it further as his own venture. So, in that analysis, secrets of life were revealed for the founder, and two questions were very clearly answered: what am I, and what can I? And this is the uniqueness of the founder. In the left index finger, that would be his right side of the frontal lobe, that we will come to know during the training. And this is like a tented arch, supposed to be an arch or a pattern for a monk. If this pattern is found in the thumb finger, then he's 100% monk. But for the founder, this is found in the left index finger, which means the thinking is to become monk, but the execution is not really happening. So thought is there, but action is not there. So that whole analysis of the brain and the architecture of the brain revealed a lot of secrets that he was wondering, getting confused, and feeling disappointment, frustrated. All those things got answered with this assessment. So he wanted to give the same experience to everyone whom he is encountering. That is how this MiDNA Global was born in 2012. It's in its own office next to the founder's home, an office with a training space and a space enough for handling staff for the operational purposes. So this was built and inaugurated in 2012. So with this space and idea of doing something to the society, because money was enough and more than enough available from the family venture called Thyrocare. So money wasn't motivating, but doing some service, and that is what was missing to the founder from keeping him not fully experiencing the ikigai. So the idea was to become life coach, and that too a smart life coach where you use the genetic brain profiling or the tool that comes from the fingerprints analysis for mentoring or coaching these various segments of life called parenting, academic, personal, wealth, health, and spiritual. So these are the six dimensions. I call it as wheels of wellness, and that could be decoded and rightly, explained and given an insight on these things to people, the human beings all over the globe. So he named it MiDNA Global because the concept of understanding brain is a global need, and this project's mission and vision would be towards that. So in order to do that and to achieve this following experience in one's life: wake up joyfully, live awarefully, think globally, act locally, and serve usefully. So this is what is very important objective behind this project, is to serve usefully, and keeping this in mind. And when you do this, then you can sleep peacefully so that one ages gracefully. So these were the daily resolutions and mottos or objectives behind this MiDNA Global project. And in order to achieve that, the big task, one needed to have the process and the people to support to take the process across the globe. So there, the MiDNA Global was born with this logo and this tagline: explore, engage, and experience. These are the most crucial words which would describe the vision and mission of this MiDNA Global, transforming lives globally with genetic brain profiling. So genetic brain profiling is a magical wand that would help people to go through these three powerful taglines in their life. So life-changing experience can come with genetic brain profiling, and that starts with these three simple points or steps. That's the explore, engage, and experience. For that, one needs to ask first that what am I and what can I? And by scanning one's fingerprints, we can do an image analysis, and they are converted into your data that is displayed in the report. So no magic is done, just fingerprints images are done, and a software is there which is written on a particular sequence of algorithm. Thereby, some image is converted into your data presentation, and that comes as a report. And using that report, one can understand themselves and go on to become an ikigai expert, so that you can transform lives of others. So with the report, self transformation starts, and when you go through the ikigai expert certification, and then finally end up in realizing a very simple way of what this purpose of life, and then how to go through joyfully. Life is not something you need to fight with, it's something that you have to live with. So that means go through experience. So your own self-realization is the greatest service that you can render the world, because by doing so you are doing a favor to the universe, that you are opening up your inner space for everyone else to come and make use of. Once this happens, self-realization happens, then we see the world as to be one, because there are no boundaries. You burn all the compartmentalization of yourself, and then you merge with the universe. Without self-realization, the whole merging with the universe will not happen. So when genetic brain profiling is used and with right awareness and support, the self-realization is effortless. But for that, you must be aware of what you are already there. We are all born in a particular way, particular style and fashions and default settings. And once you're aware of your default settings, then merging them, using them to go through your self-realization experience. Now you need not look for caves and Himalayas and mountains and spiritual places to go through. Even amidst the world social living, you can still go through them very effortlessly. And in order to help people to go through their self realization, you need somebody to diagnose and communicate about one's brain design. So, for that, we are conducting a program called Ikigai Expert Certification, which consists of three levels: self transformation, family transformation, and the global transformation or the social transformation. So, to go through this certification, there are three levels of assessment or presentation of the understanding is done, and they are called self-discoveries. So, you complete your Spark training and give self-discovery 1.0, and do an Ignite training and then give your 2.0, and the rewire that becomes the 3.0 self-discovery. After that, you would be an expert who can help people to figure out their ikigai, and thereby helping them to live their life to the fullest possible. So to sum it up, in this world, there are a lot of professions that could be available for people to make money, but to find a harmony and peace within yourself, this Ikigai expert certification is the only and the ultimate opportunity for all of us. So I invite you to this wonderful learning experience with the tool called genetic brain profiling. And my dear friends, you are assured a self transformation, thereby a family transformation, and thereby the global transformation that is inevitably will happen. It's only a matter of time that you choose this choice, and you will be transformed 100% forever. With these blessings, I invite all of you to come and join this blessings opportunity to serve oneself and the whole humanity as well. Thank you very much. Look forward meeting you in the Ikigai Expert Certification Program. Thank you very much.